See Wildling. So it's kind of curious. Sprinter again, he didn't ban forward. I think I understand why he wanted a chaseable target. Forward is chaseable by Dream Witch, because it's very hard to time the patroller bites with the pallet drops and the window drops. But looks like he's gonna go straight towards Graveyard first, which is Angel D. The mercenary can't chase that. Gonna go towards middle instead. And look at that, Grizzly finds the Wildling as well. So 2 targets he can't even chase. He's gonna leech the Wildling, which means he might commit to a Wildling. This is an impossible chase. You can't chase Wildling. He can just get on his boar. Maybe he's just putting it the leech down for extra map pressure, but it's unchaseable. He has to leave, and yeah, looks like he is going to leave here, going for the little girl who can just teleport away. Grizzly, will she teleport right away? No, she's not going to teleport. She's going to try to kite instead. I think what the goal here is maybe try to take a hit here with this patroller, and then go with a combine onto potentially the Wildling and try to kite it out that way. I think that's probably the game plan here for Agramon.
It's for sure I would say the optimal outcome for Sprinter right here to go for the little girl that is not combining with anyone. Yes, the little girl has these. Oh, mercenary right there. Mercenary is now oh, that's actually the Wildling. Wildling is the survivor that, oh, look at that, plays out extremely well right here for Sprinter. Lands a hit on the Wildling, which will bring up the presence, as well as brings down the little girl right away. Has a leech on the little girl right now, and we have the first survivor on the chair. We can see that there is a portal already in place, but that portal should be destroyed by the leech that is coming through right here, and is now chasing away the priestess from the rocket chair. Wildling is still in the area, most likely comes in for a rescue right here. Little girl is off the chair, is not taking that hit, and now is again, Sprinter will definitely go for that little girl. She is the best target to go for. Wildling also eating it. Now we have full presence Dream Witch.
Yeah, it's interesting. The start was really good for Ravens. They had everything set up perfectly, but then a little bit of a misstep there. What the survivors should have done there is they should have taken the portal first. If the Wildling took that portal first with the little girl, they get to a pallet, throw the pallet down, then get on board. There's no way for the follower to hit it off. Little girls can bind there. No leeches in place. Sprinter's leech is on cooldown. That position would have been completely winning for Ravens. As soon as Wildling gives that free boar hit, then it becomes a bit of a tough situation. We're going to see a leech onto, I believe that's the priestess there. Going to go for a patroller here. Opting not to take the portal as well. So Agramont just making a little bit of a few missteps here is really hurting the survivors. Looks like we're gonna see the spawn follower be the one to come in here to try to down Agramont. Not able to time any patroller bites as well. Agramont is going to go down here, and yeah, just Sprinter really taking advantage. Just little missteps here and there from Raisin survivors. Sprinter again, just like Nico, not missing a beat here, and has been playing this perfectly thus far.
Yeah, it's extremely good to have that little girl on the chair for the second time right here, because again, she is the character that you want to go for. You already mentioned all other characters are extremely difficult to chase, but still landing hits on these other survivors. We have Blink coming through now, and Mercenary was chased off that Cypher machine, and I think the survivors are not necessarily in a position where they can even rescue the Agramon from the rocket chair. So now we have one survivor already eliminated. Again, they need to deleech, and no leeches are on the survivors right now, but Cypher machine progress is also quite slow, since they had to go in and, you know, rotate around, rescue the little girl, and that is definitely a really good outcome for Sprinter right now. Even though all the survivors are very difficult to chase after, it's still a situation where all survivors are already injured, and we have them all almost in the same place right here, because I would assume they were trying to heal up, but at the same time this is making it very good for Sprinter to just get that next target down.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be the priestess that gets down here. Leech still on the mercenary, which means that he does have pressure here. Going to go to use an elbow pad just to make sure he doesn't give away a free hit. But yeah, at this point, it doesn't really matter. Still 4 Cypher machines left. Only one of them has significant progress. The other at 50. They haven't even really started the last 2 here. The only one that can rescue is that mercenary, and he is going to go down after getting hit here. This is the downside of playing this slow decoding team comp. This comp is very anti-Dream, which it played properly, but yeah, just unfortunately, the Wildling and the little girl, they needed to take that portal first. Sprinter, a beautiful job taking advantage of that little miscommunication there. Mercenary is able to get this rescue with Tide Turner. Priestess can get the portal off in time, but it may not matter. I think she can at least make it to this pallet, but the problem here is Mercenary goes down. He has a leech on him. The leech will follow, and he's going to be able to down the Mercenary and share him once that Tide Turner runs out. Priestess goes for the mind game and still gets the hit through the pallet there, so it doubled down here. And yeah, just like that, this is a completely winning position for this Dream Witch.
Yeah, very, very strong. No Cypher Machine progress is happening. I mean, we see the Cypher Machines are being decoded because, again, they want to at least pop one Cypher Machine. You don't want the opponent's team to get a 5-point game. So what Raven is now in need to do, they need to pop one more Cypher to get the dungeon up. As soon as the dungeon is up, they want to get one survivor through the dungeon. It is definitely a winning position right here for Princer because he just has the chance to, you know, build up the attention with these leeches and really push the survivors. And we already have the Priestess who is on the chair out of the game. Mercenary is down. Wildling still up and running with the boar. Again, Wildling, Mercenary going down again. We will most likely see Mercenary laying on the floor and the attention will completely shift over to the Wildling. Wildling is the survivor that could potentially make it to the dungeon, but again, we still have the 4 Cypher Machines up and running. No dungeon is even revealed, so that is definitely a situation where Sprinter can just concentrate on the Wildling right now, and that's it. Wildling cannot decode a Cypher Machine. There's no chance for them to get out of this situation alive, and therefore we have a 5-point game in round number 1, the first half for B4U against Raven.
We usually see Cats on forward. Of course, he is the main forward player of the team. B4U going with Schmitty's forward here. Of course, Schmitty has played forward a lot in the past, but Cat's known to be the main forward player. So an interesting little change here for B4U. Let's see if it works out for them, ultimately putting Cats onto that postman. Of course, Cats is a player who has experience with that postman. Maybe the only B4U survivor that has experience with postman, so that might be the reasoning here. Looks like he's going to go towards corner house first here, telling that key spawn. It is forward, not an ideal chase target, and instead is going to go ahead and go towards vacate. Does find Paul Blem's the Priestess here. Again, not really an ideal chase target. Of course, Paul Blem's going to be a very strong kiter, and also just Priestess in general is not a very good chase target. Paul Blem's opting to use a portal early here, which is a very curious decision from him. You typically don't. Oh, he gets out in the pallet. Oh, a big miss up there from David. Paul Blem's excellent job taking advantage of that, is able to get a pallet stun. This is going to gain him a little bit more distance here. One portal to work with. We should expect David to go back into wheel form here, trying to get one more spike. Looks like the postman possibly leaving his Cypher Machine early, not wanting to risk any chance of getting chased here. And will continue after the Priestess here, trying to go for the second spike here. Excellent dodges from Paul Blems here, just looping this area as much as possible. Can Daikiri get this second spike? He may actually be forced to get out of wheel form here and just try to go for basic instead.
Wow, absolutely fantastic job, just kiting around, circling, is now having that second spike, and we can see the portal coming through right away. That's what we talked about before, that the Priestess just wants to wait until the Hunter needs to get out of the form, and there we can see a really, really good start. Look at that Priestess portal setup. That is absolutely interesting. Gets another pallet stun right here and transitions out of this area. Tries to close the gap with Blink right here, but that might be... Oh, avoids the stun, but at the same time there's no portal left to help her. Will she be able to get out of this situation? With the postman's dog attached, we can see that breaking wheel is a little bit slower, but ultimately he was able to catch up to the Priestess problems. The first survivor is down. The first survivor will end up on the chair, and we can see Cypher Machine progress is going quite well. It seems like a really, really good setup for a tie already for B4U.
Yeah, now the downside here is B4U could have easily capitalized from that position if the forward was in the vicinity, but unfortunately Schmitty was not nearby to harass. As it going against the breaking wheel, you need to make sure you're nearby to her. Oh, Schmitty's going to use football to get this rescue a little bit. Oh, get to the chair earlier. This is an interesting decision. Typically you just save football there. There's no way for him to double spike you, so there's no real reason to football, but he's going to go ahead and use it anyway. I guess just to make sure he gets the save, just play things safe here. You know, in a situation where you have a 5-point lead, why not just play it safe? That is perfectly reasonable. And back on the Paul Blems here. Does he have full presence to work with? David's going to get out of wheel form. Is going to get that, and he is going to get the snap here onto Paul Blems, securing the down. Is Schmitty here to harass? It looks like no again. Just playing very, very conservatively. B4U not trying to take any risks here. But the problem is not taking risks against Breaking Wheel also means that Breaking Wheel has more aggression to work with. So they're actually giving David an opportunity to potentially come back with things here and turn it around. But looking at the Cypher progress here, they may actually have enough to still win this match here. Situation so far, it's looking like it's pretty good for B4U possibly winning, and looks like we are reconnected here, so hopefully we'll be able to see how this match plays out. Can he stuff the rescue? Gets the trap! It looks like he stuffed the rescue there, Grizzly, and all of a sudden David's back into this match.
Wow, that is extremely strong right here. We have the Priestess out of the game. Milek is now in an area where the basement is nearby, but we can see that the hunter is trying to avoid the Cypher rush. We can see the 2 Cypher machines are already at 50%, so he's just trying to get to another survivor. We have the postman with 1 spike attached, but it's just buying more and more time. He's getting another spike attached right now. I am not sure, we can't see the abilities anymore. I'm not sure if Blink is ready, for example. But, ooh, look at that. Avoids the trap, and now with the postman's dog, we really see how the hunter is having a little bit of difficulties to catch up. Blink was ready. Blink is bringing down the postman right here again with the Cypher machine progress being slowed down a little bit. There will be not the Cypher machine. There will be no last Cypher machine pop happening right away. But again, this is still a really, really good position. We have the stun coming in from Schmitty. An early rescue comes through, and that is definitely a good position for the survivors. Oh, gets slowed down, is not really able to get to the pallet that he wanted to get to. And again, this is kind of a back and forth. This is still extremely good for the survivor side because they are taking turns on the rocket chair. We have the postman on the chair for the first time. We have Schmitty on the rocket chair for the first time. They are injured, but they are able to push Cypher machines while they are taking these turns.
Right, now the question is, what is David up to? He's going to go to that fake gate Cypher, try to pressure that down. Oh, he does get stuck on the pallet here, does get the break there. Does he go to that last Cypher machine, or does he try to camp this rescue? The thing is, if he goes to the last Cypher, he can go for 2 spikes there, he can go for the snap and down Milek and potentially go for the chair here. I think that's probably his best route here. I believe Milek also... Oh, Milek uses a page. Interesting. Well, in wheel form, you typically want to save that until after you get a wheel form. Milek, I don't believe has self-heal. Goes for that page there to create some distance. So that's exactly how you want to use the page, just like how he used it right there. They're going to try to rush down this last Cypher, but oh, he uses that one a little bit premature here, which means he's not going to be able to push the hunter back. There's the snap and the down. They're going to try to push the last Cypher machine, but Grizzly, I don't believe Little Girl has self-heal. I think she used it in Graveyard. We're going to see Daikiri does know this, is going to change starters to Schmitty, who knows has already been on Cher. So if he's able to down Schmitty, potentially chair him, leave Little Girl slug, they may not have enough time to pop the last Cypher. Depends how quickly can this survivor get to the last Cypher machine.
You also have to see Postman was nearby the last Cypher machine is actually pushing for a Cypher machine, but it's also nearby the dungeon. So potentially, again, before you know, they just need to get 1 survivor out. Potentially, we will see how Milek or not Milek, I'm sorry, the Postman will try to get through the dungeon and potentially push that last Cypher. It is prime. Cypher machine will pop, so that is definitely a position where B4U has a chance of getting at least 1 survivor out, because we have 3 survivors up and running, and they will definitely split up to 2 exit gates, and then we also have the dungeon. It is going to be a difficult situation for Raven to come back from this last Cypher pop right here. They were definitely playing extremely strong. We're putting pressure on the survivors, and we're definitely having a strong hand. But at the same time, now with the exit gates being activated, 3 survivors up and running, it's almost impossible to get a full survivor elimination.
Yeah, we are going to see that down onto Schmitty there with the snap here. What does B4U do? Are they going to push the exit gate? We're going to expect Tats is going to that gate there. Does he have the dungeon letter? He does, which means he does open this exit gate faster, but it's not enough time. It's not enough time, Grizzly. He's going to be able to catch up to him here. Excellent job from Tats to have this pallet set up. This is going to buy him some distance. The problem is, it's a breaking wheel. He's going to catch up right away. He's going to go for 2 spikes. Still has Blink available, and look at that, Grizzly. Milek is hiding out in 2-story. He's not going to an exit gate. Tats is, this is tough. This is really tough for B4U. No, but he's going to leave him. He's going to leave him, even though he could have just downed him there. So David maybe getting a little bit over-aggressive here. He's going to try to go for the chair here onto Schmitty, it looks like. And this may give them enough time to get up. Schmitty is able to get up in time there. Goes for the trap. Does he have the blink available? He does. Goes for the blink, but he misses the blink onto Schmitty there. He needs to try to hit this trap on him here. He does get the trap. He's going to get the down. And I think they're going to have enough time to get the gate open in time. So this should actually be a draw.
There's no chance for the breaking wheel, even wheel form, to get back to that exit gate. There would have been a fantastic situation if the exit gate wasn't open, because now Schmitty is down, couldn't self-heal, right? Schmitty was utilizing that self-heal, and that could have put him into position.
Winning its pit stoppers, but in this situation, I think if you're David here, you got to play a little bit more aggressive, but we'll have to see how it works out for him.
Yeah, that is for sure. I mean, we said it over and over again, right? On Raven's side, they just want to take the victory right here in round number 2. Very curious to see how this plays out. On Nayat, though, And we can see he's going for what I think is Schmidty right away. Sees Schmidty right here, but not necessarily the best chase target so early in the match, so therefore tries to figure out a better target, because again, you want to bring down these heavy decoders. The mechanic is on the field right here. We saw that the doll is already here, and now Daikiri is trying to figure out where the mechanic is.
Yeah, he's going to change targets over to Shaq here. Does find the location of mechanic. It's going to go ahead and break this pile here. Does have trump card and detention. Pretty standard build here for Naiad mechanic with that broken windows transitioning towards middle here. You got to be careful going middle here. It's a pretty easy area for the Naiad to loop here. Let's see what MyLeg does here. Will he revault this pallet and transition away? No, he's kind of going in the open. This is kind of tough. You never really want to do this against a Naiad because look at this, Grizzly. They can catch up so fast. I think go ahead and benefited MyLeg to try to go for a mind game, but no. Just running into this area over here. Can David get this hit? It's really just a mind game situation. Goes back for the pallet stun, and he does get the pallet stun there. David, yeah, trying to play aggressive there. MyLeg taking advantage, able to get that first stun there. And now right back to 3 pallet here. He's going to go ahead and try to loop it yet again, but MyLeg going back into the open, trying to mind game at pallets. It's a risky strategy. Oh, yeah, he's just going to give a free hit here, so maybe a slight misstep there from MyLeg, but still buying time here. He's able to kite away from his doll as well. And the Cypher progress already off to a good start for B4U.
That is for sure, that's for sure. Was a really, really good hit on the mechanic right here, but at the same time, as you said, Cypher Machine progress is going ahead. We have 3 Cypher Machines remaining. The doll is still on the field, which definitely will provide more decoding speed on the Cyphers when MyLeg goes down. Right here, mechanic is down, and again, the doll is still on the field, so therefore there is still another survivor that can decode that last Cypher Machine, and therefore we already have the option for another survivor to go in for the rescue. We can see that the mercenary Schmidty is getting ready to rescue out of the basement. Basement definitely a good situation, especially for Naiads. Naiads are extremely strong in basement, and Schmidty knows that before Naiad is able to create this huge pool of water, we can see Schmidty coming in for the rescue, and we can also see mechanic still took the hit right here with the water and now will go down eventually. That is definitely good for Raven right here. Gets another hit to get a little bit more presence. And now again, survivors are pushing these Cypher Machines. We have the doll in action that is just focusing on decoding as long as possible. Fantastic gameplay from both sides right here, but so far it really looks like a tie situation for the Hunter.
Yeah, I'm really, yeah, that rescue is a little concerning. As a mechanic, you want to leave the mechanic on chair as long as possible because you want them to decode as much as possible. Schmidty going for the instant rescue there. A beautiful avoidance of the dash there from Dashstar. We're gonna see him go for another one. Able to avoid that as well. Going for that early rescue means that he's not able to decode with bot. So of course it guarantees a safer rescue, or it helps a safer rescue because Naiad's basement camp is so strong. We're gonna see a double rescue here from the survivors. They're gonna try to push. The last Cypher goes for the swing through the, and he doesn't get it. He is gonna get the hit on to the Acrobat. Excellent body block there. Excellent flame bomb as well. And it looks like they might have enough time with Cyphers anyway. We see the Psychologist rushing down that last Cypher. 1 Cypher left. He needs to try to down this mechanic as quickly as possible. He's going to be able to get that water effect on there, but he's just transitioning out here. All the Mercenary has to do, rather, is body block till the Cypher Machine is primed. And it looks like it's about to be primed. Grizzly goes for the swing. Is the Cypher Machine primed? It is primed, and they're already pushing for the end game, so it looks like that early rescue has worked out here into B4U's favor.
Yeah, that was just in time. That Cypher Machine was ready and waiting for the mechanic to go down. Absolutely fantastic job. Mechanic can't get out of the water. No, can get out of the water with 97%. Absolutely fantastic. MyLeg buying a little bit more time is probably in a tough situation right here, because we can see how Daikiri is just looping around, trying to create a pool, but no, is not able to, is forced to hit the mechanic, and that might buy enough time for the rest of the team to open up these gates. And very well, Raven very well aware of that and is trying to get to Schmidty as well. Schmidty again is the mercenary. You could potentially take another hit, but since detention is online, that hit will immediately bring down Schmidty, but avoids that hit right here, buys more time for the mechanic to just heal up. Will we see the mechanic getting up? These hits, they need to land. One of these hits needs to land. Will we see all the patience on Schmidty right here? Mechanic up and running again. Mechanic up and running again. It was almost a tie situation for Daikiri right here, but with that perfect late game kite of the mercenary not taking the hits, this might be again a 3 survivor escape for the survivors. At least the chance is there for sure, because when the mechanic goes down, we will definitely see how Daikiri is concentrating to get to another Cypher machine right here. But Dungeon is here. Will this be an even better outcome for the survivors? No! Dungeon is denied because last survivor Mercenary is not at the gate yet. And here we have the 3 survivor escape though, which provides more points for B4U right here. And that is definitely a tough situation because now Raven needs to come. And it's overall just a really, you know, all or nothing situation for Ravens right here. They need to get the victory in this match to at least tie this round and make it into round number 3.
We're going to see a no man's land spawn, or also known as Big Rock here, for this hunter. Immediately going towards Shack here, which is the location of Agramont, who I think is, I'm not quite sure who Agramont is. I think it's probably the Wildling. So yeah, it is the Wildling. So he's going to go ahead and lead that there. Obviously, you cannot commit to Wildling. Going towards Deep Sandbags here, or sorry, not Deep Sandbags. Going towards, I can't see. Oh, Deep Sandbags. There we go. Okay, trying to find the location of the survivor in the area. It is Little Girl. Little Girl tried to teleport, but actually took a chip before she could teleport away here. Mercenary is nearby to potentially pick him up here, and it looks like that is going to be the case. Mercenary picking... Oh, no, Mercenary didn't pick up here. Does they get the swing off? No, they don't get the swing off. They get the combine before that, and we're going to see an elbow pad away here for Sapphire. Going to this pallet, able to avoid that. Able to avoid... Oh, no, he gets hit with 2 statues there, actually. Goes to this thing and gets the Terror Shock on the pallet. Yeah, what... Great start there for Pit Stoppers.
That is for sure. That is a really, really strong start. Again, they know that they can't just leave that survivor on the chair. It is the Mercenary who takes quite some time on the chair, so it gives some time to the rest of the team to decode a little bit more. But if you look at the Cypher machine progress, halfway done. 2 of the Cypher machines are halfway done, and the rest of the Cypher machines are basically untouched. So having the Mercenaries down so early in this match is absolutely fantastic for B4U right here. We have the Wildling transitioning into the area. Again, they need to pull off this rescue, but Wildling is also getting kind of sniped out already. Is getting prevented from just going straight to the rescue, and this might actually lead to the situation where they have to rescue the Mercenary as late as possible. As late as possible, because you want to buy more time for the rest of the team to decode these Cypher machines, but you also want to get that Mercenary off the chair before he dies.
Yeah, Pit Stoppers has teleport, so that's kind of an interesting build here. In a situation where you need to tie, I think Blink probably would have been more beneficial. Oh, 2 statues! Wildling, walks into both of them. He's able to get a down on the Wildling as well. That's going to be a second chair here, and that should just secure things. I don't really see how Ravens can get 3 survivors out at this point, so this should be at least a tie here for Pit Stoppers. Probably more face off of the situation. Excellent statues there, but yeah, Wildling, you know, as a rescuer against a full presence scope, you gotta hug behind the wall. You gotta stay behind that wall there and avoid those statues. But yeah, Wildling just unfortunately running into all of those. And Pit Stoppers taking advantage, able to get another chip onto Embalmer as well here. Trying to go for that rescue, gets another chip as well, and Embalmer will go down right after that. He does have Coppin to get away, but at this point, this has pretty much secured things for B4U.
That is for sure. That was an extremely fantastic job from Pit Stoppers, just really preventing the rescues from happening. First the Mercenary, now the Wildling. Embalmer can't really go in for a rescue because he would be down immediately. Already had a chip damage on the little girl very, very early in the game, which makes it also impossible for the little girl to come in for the rescue. We can see the teleport being utilized. Now little girl is buying a little bit more time, but again, with a tie, Pit Stoppers already won that for B4U because that's all they need. They need the tie to get this round 2 victory. We can see that Angel D is trying to buy more time right now, but ultimately Wildling will be eliminated. Fantastic job from the little girl right here, really buying a lot of time for the survivor. Actually stunning Pit Stoppers right here at 3 pellets. Fantastic job. And we can see that Embalmer is just decoding. Pit Stoppers knows that, sees the wiggling Cypher machine, is trying to hit the Embalmer. One statue was connecting. Now he's down as soon as we see 1 chip damage on the Embalmer.
Yeah, so obviously B4U already has secured the win here. 2 survivors eliminated is all they need. So he's probably just going to go ahead, down this Embalmer, put on the rocket chair, maybe go look for Little Girl. But again, things have already been concluded here. He's going to go ahead and vault that for a speed boost. It's really just a matter of time here before this match concludes. So again, yeah, congratulations for B4U for moving on here. But he's going to go ahead and go for the swing on the Embalmer in a second. There, is able to get the down here. We expect him probably just going to... Nope, he's going to go for the Little Girl. Again, things have already been secured here for B4U, so it looks like he is going to go for 4 survivors anyway.
That is for sure. He's gonna just stick to the points because you just want to, it is a tournament situation and you just want to get as much practice in these tournament situations as possible. And if you get the chance to just secure this 4 survival elimination, just take it, you know? Like, why not play this round till the very end, really making sure to get all these points. We can see Embalmer is up and running again. Now, with the little girl also up and running, we can probably see Pitstoppers concentrating on the little girl right here. And now will not be able to connect 2 statues right away, will not be able to connect the swing. And Angel D again buying a little bit more time, but cannot avoid the statues right here. Fantastic job from Pitstoppers with the Sculptor. And Balmer again still up and running, still working on that one Cypher machine right there. We can see the Cypher machine progress on several Cypher machines. One is at 70, but that is not the one that the Embalmer is working on. The Embalmer tries to push a new one, which is around 40% now. There's not a lot that Raven can do right now. We can see Embalmer is getting chased off that chair, and Pitstoppers knows, not chair, sorry, Cypher machine. Pitstoppers knows that the Embalmer is around, and now we will see Pitstoppers trying to get that last target.
Yeah, those statues have been so on point this game. Just really doing a great job there. And it looks like yeah, they're just gonna have some fun here. Obviously, the match already has been secured, so it's always nice to see these players, you know, just have some fun here and just play things out. And yeah, it is secured here for B4U. Looks like Pitstoppers is gonna go ahead and give the Embalmer dungeon. Again, the points don't matter in this situation. B4U's already secured the win here ultimately, so really just good sportsmanship between the players to give him dungeon in an already winning position. So yeah, B4U will be moving on here. So they are going to be going to play against Omega, which was the winner of the last round. But yeah, so much else to say here. Just wrapping up this final round here. Going to go ahead and give him dungeon, but B4U ultimately far too high.